A middle-aged and lonely woman drastically changes her appearance to win the heart of a handsome social media star. Surrounded by billowing curtains, Ayana Mizola and a man make love on a mattress on the floor. Suddenly, the woman's mother appears as an angel and tells her daughter that she has come to take her to heaven. Finally, Marikar wakes up disappointed from her dream, revealing that the middle-aged woman imagines herself young like the actress Ayana Mizola. Then, she looks at the framed photograph of her late mother on the table across the room and jokingly says that the older woman misses her so much that she appears in her dreams. Later, Marikar moves to the home office where she works as a virtual assistant, transcribing voice recordings from an American doctor. That afternoon, Jessica, her best friend, stops by to drop off some groceries she bought for the grieving woman. Noticing Marikar's somber expression, her friend says she thinks it's time for her to go out into the world and live her life, especially since several months have passed since her mother's death. Jessica believes she deserves to start dating and find love again. However, Marikar thinks she is too old to bother, so her friend tells her that much older women find love in their later years. The friend adds that Marikar put aside her plans for marriage and starting a family because she was taking care of her mother. Before leaving, Jessica gives the woman a gift, an adult toy, and tells her that she hopes her friend enjoys using it. That night, Marikar remembers her senile mother confusing her for her father. The older woman tries to kiss her, which leads Marikar to firmly inform her that she is her daughter. Later, the woman searches online for sources to help her process her pain. However, due to a misspelled word, she ends up on the social media app PicPack. Marikar discovers a profile featuring the attractive social media star Miko, who primarily posts dance videos for his followers. Over the next few days, the smitten woman spends most of her time on the app watching Miko's videos and imagining him dancing in front of her. Days later, Marikar watches a video of the influencer announcing a fan meetup at a beach resort with an exclusive stay package for those who purchased his 20,000 peso merchandise package. On the day of the event, she travels by bus to the location. During a video call, Jessica scolds her friend for spending an exorbitant amount just to meet Miko. However, when Marikar explains how he makes her happy, her friend relents and hopes she enjoys the experience. At the entrance, Miko's assistant, Val, mistakes Marikar for a participant's mother, so she explains that she bought the merchandise. Seconds later, Nadia and Nymphet rudely ask Marikar who the accompanying mother is. She stares at them and thinks to herself that she would be prettier than both of them if she lost weight. Finally, Marikar walks to the beach where she sees Miko dancing, surrounded by his adoring fans. Val says she can take pictures with the celebrity first and then asks for her phone. However, she drops the phone in the sand, and as she picks it up, the bewildered woman realizes she is waist-deep in motion. Miko thanks the fan for coming to his event and encourages her to dance with him. Seconds later, Val informs him that his time with the influencer is up. That night, as Marikar sits on the steps in front of her cabin, she looks at the photos with Miko from earlier. Suddenly, the man appears, screaming in pain, and collapses into her lap. He says a jellyfish stung him and he needs her to urinate on the wound. However, the woman says she respects him too much to do something like that, but offers to treat him inside her cabin. In the room, Marikar tends to the wound on Miko's torso. Then, she offers to share the homemade food she brought, and the man praises her cooking. The woman says his parents must be proud of him because he is a famous celebrity. He responds somberly that they disapprove of his career and want him to move to the United States because they don't consider what he does a real job. To lift his spirits, Marikar tells him that he should be proud of his work because it makes people happy. Then, Miko says that he doesn't plan to do it long-term, as he is saving his earnings to open a restaurant business in the future. When the influencer says he's leaving, the woman asks if they can record a pick-pack dance video together first. Outside the country house, Val reprimands the influencer for not informing him of his whereabouts. Miko says that the kind older woman treated his jellyfish sting, but the assistant tells him to be wary of Marikar in case she is a stalker. Then, Val shows him photos of Nadia and Nymphet and tells him they are waiting for him at his shop. In the end, Miko sees the women naked on the beach and makes love to both of them while Val records everything on his phone. Meanwhile, Marikar lies on the bed and admires shirtless photos of the influencer on her phone. Afterwards, she takes out Jessica's gift and uses it to pleasure herself while saying Miko's name. Moments later, she answers a video call from Jessica, frantically telling her to check Miko's latest post. The woman checks the comments on her dance video and sees hundreds of rude insults from the man's followers. They point out the significant age difference between her and the celebrity and claim she is too old to keep dancing online. The next day, Marikar sees Miko posing for photos with Nadia and Nymphette and realizes that the moments they shared meant nothing. On the bus ride back, the woman cries because she knows he will never find her attractive. Later, Marikar comes across an online ad for a cosmetic surgery clinic that promises potential clients the chance to look younger. The next day, she meets with Dr. Trisha for a consultation and tells the doctor that she would like to look exactly like actress Ayana Mizola. After the doctor lists the procedures she plans to perform on the patient, she says the cost will amount to 500,000 pesos. Surprised, Marikar quickly leaves the room, but the clinic's commercial model, Maria, stops her and convinces her not to overthink the decision. Maria tells the woman to check her pick-pack profile to find out her real age, and to Marikar's surprise, she discovers that the model is 60 years old. Seeing how much cosmetic surgery made Maria look much younger, Marikar rushes back to Dr. Trisha's office and says she wants to undergo the procedure. Eventually, she undergoes extensive surgery on her face and body. Days later, the doctor removes the bandages wrapped around Marikar's body to reveal the patient's new physical appearance, a successful recreation of Ayana Mizola. Soon, the woman returns to the beach resort and devises a plan on how to catch Miko's attention. She meets the influencer, pretends she doesn't know who he is, and leaves without saying a word. The curious man follows her to the bar, where she nervously drinks alcohol straight from the bottle. Minutes later, a group of men includes her in their dance routine in the middle of the party, and her mysterious aura catches everyone's attention. Because her knees hurt from dancing, Marikar sits on a swing and massages her leg. Then, Miko sits on the swing next to her and introduces himself. She almost mentions her real name but stops in time and says her name is Carrie. The man compliments her earlier dance and offers to take her home later. While on his motorcycle, Marikar holds onto Miko tightly and nestles her face into his neck, finally being able to touch him as she had always wanted. Inside the living room, he breaks the awkward silence by kissing her, so she explains that she has never made love before. He says he would never force her to do something she didn't want to, so she emphasizes that she wants to do it with him. Suddenly, he sees a picture of Marikar on the wall, so she lies and says it's her aunt who asked her to look after the house while she's out of the country. Miko takes it as a sign and says he can't be Carrie's first because he respects her too much. Desperate, Marikar jumps on him and tells him she doesn't want his respect, but the man insists they can't make love because she is special. After the man leaves, Marikar's photo on the wall scolds her for not sealing the deal with Miko. She remembers how long it has been since she kissed or made love. The next day, she wakes up from the nightmare and answers a call from Jessica, who angrily asks why she hasn't returned her calls for weeks. Later, her best friend finally sees Marikar's new look and asks how much she spent. Marikar says $500,000 and admits she emptied her savings and mortgaged the house to pay for the procedure. Meanwhile, Miko posts a video telling his followers that he met a special lady who he believes is the one for him. However, he doesn't think he deserves to be with someone as incredible as her. Suddenly, Marikar appears, jumps on his lap, and says they belong together. That night, they finally make love in his tent by the beach. The next day, Miko prepares breakfast for her and she comments that no one has ever taken care of her like that before. He asks if she has never had a boyfriend, and Marikar says she never prioritized dating because she had family obligations. So, the man says she shouldn't feel guilty for being selfish sometimes. In the middle of pleasuring Miko, the woman realizes she still has work to do. Panicked, they return home, and when she logs into her computer, her boss scolds her for neglecting work. Although the boss warns her not to do it again, she takes off her headphones and makes love with Miko. Over the following weeks, the couple spends most of their time together. Marikar appears in the influencer's videos, much to the delight of his followers. One afternoon at the beach, Miko gives the woman a necklace and tells her it's his way of proposing they move from dating to an official relationship. Marikar excitedly accepts his proposal, and they kiss. During a Christmas party, Val gives the couple a book of sexual positions. The next day, anticipating the aches and pains she is about to face, Marikar takes some medication. Then, the couple tries to recreate the different positions from the book during sex. Throughout the time, the woman moans and complains while doing everything she can to contort her aged body beneath the youthful appearance. The next day, Marikar tries to log into work but is denied access because her boss has fired her. While recording an exercise video where his girlfriend sits on his back while he does push-ups, Miko notices that she seems heavier than usual. The woman says it's probably due to all the food they ate during the holidays. Then, he asks if she's feeling okay because she seems stressed, to which Val nods. That afternoon, the assistant shows Miko his father's messages about how much his family misses him and how they would like him to visit them in the United States. After the influencer leaves angrily, Val tells Marikar that although her boss doesn't like talking about his family, he knows how much he misses them. Later, the boyfriend says he's going to visit his family in the United States for 3 weeks and asks if she would like to join him. She declines because he hasn't seen his family in years, while they have seen each other every day. Marikar adds that she doesn't want him to regret not spending time with his parents. Miko realizes she is right, especially because her parents are 50 years old. When she finds out that she is the same age as her parents, Marikar spits her drink out of her mouth, causing her boyfriend to ask her worriedly if she is okay. Then, Miko says she will be away for just 3 weeks and asks him to wait for her. One day, Marikar sits in front of a mirror and, horrified, sees deep wrinkles on her face. Embarrassed, she rushes to the clinic to ask Dr. Trisha for help. She covers her face with her hands, prompting the doctor to ask her to look at him. When she lowers her hands, she returns to her pre-surgery body. Marikar begs the doctor to help her because she has a boyfriend who believes she is in her 20s. Dr. Trisha says her procedures last a year, meaning hers has already expired, explaining that her body has returned to its original state. The doctor says she can offer her a discount for a touch-up at 450,000 pesos, but Marikar has no money at all. Finally, a nurse informs the doctor that she needs to attend to a patient. Desperate, Marikar runs to the operating room, randomly grabs some vials and a syringe, and locks herself in the bathroom. Dr. Trisha begs her to open the door. Seconds later, Marikar emerges, revealing her numb face which she has carelessly injected with anesthesia. The next day, Marikar asks her best friend if she can borrow 450,000 pesos, but Jessica says she doesn't even have close to that amount. Suddenly, the woman's phone rings, but when she sees it's Miko, she ignores it. Jessica asks why she doesn't want to talk to her boyfriend, and she replies that she doesn't want him to see how she looks. The best friend reminds Marikar that Miko gave her the happiest year of her life and that ignoring him would break him. That night, Marikar misinterprets some advice she read online about using vegetable oil to delay aging, so she uses a syringe to inject the oil into her face. The next day, unnatural bumps appear on Marikar's face due to the injected substance, and she asks Jessica for help. So, the friend informs him that Miko hasn't posted anything on social media for 2 months. She says that people made fun of the influencer because Carrie disappeared without a trace. Jessica tells Marikar that if she thinks she ruined her life with the decisions she made, she might have ruined Miko's life even more. Meanwhile, the distressed influencer spends his nights drowning his sorrows in alcohol, unable to understand why Carrie left him without any explanation. Soon, the woman sends Miko a letter where she ends their relationship and thanks him for the good times. However, she gives a vague reason for why they will never be able to see each other again. The next day, the influencer stops by Marikar's house and asks Jessica where Carrie is. Since the woman doesn't want to talk to him, the friend tries to drive away the persistent man. That night, the drunken influencer tries to forget Carrie by sleeping with Nadia and Nymphet, but vomits on them before they can start. Months later, Marikar runs into Miko at a bakery, and he asks about Carrie. The woman lies and says that her niece moved to the United States forever. The man comments that he stopped posting on social media and started a restaurant business, just as he had always wanted. Just as he is about to confess everything, a middle-aged woman approaches Miko. Marikar asks if she is his mother, but to her surprise, he says she is his fiancée, Girly. After the fiancé walks away, Marikar angrily hits Miko with a baguette because he never told her he was always attracted to older women. She says he should have told her from the beginning so she wouldn't have spent all her money. Later, Marikar tells Jessica what happened but reiterates that both of them have moved on with their lives. However, she admits she regrets not telling Miko the truth. Her friend encourages her to be honest so everyone can have closure. Days later, the man receives a link to Marikar's video where she confesses to undergoing cosmetic surgery to become Carrie. She apologizes to Miko for lying but insists that her feelings were genuine. She then offers words of wisdom to viewers, saying that there is nothing wrong with cosmetic surgery as long as one makes the decision to change for oneself and not for someone else. After recording the video, Val shows Marikar the result and suggests she should delve into vlogging because she has a talent for it. If you liked the summary, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. It's free and really helps me keep growing.